My name is Finn Hansen. I'm the founder and CEO of Stratinis. In Stratinis, we specialize in software for large companies managing their prices and rebates across many different countries. I used to work for a large French group, LVMH, Louis Vuitton, Moet Hennessy, where I was in charge of pricing and international customers on a European level. And in that job, I saw some opportunities. I saw some holes in the market that we couldn't solve with software. I had the benefit of knowing a little bit about computers, a little bit about software. I knew the field of pricing, and basically I decided to take all my savings and put it into my own company. It's a huge decision. It really is. Setting up your own company, making a lot of different new things that you haven't done before is always a big risk. It does feel initially a bit worrisome. It really felt good afterwards, but up until the day I told my boss, no, I'm leaving, it was a bit tough. I was very surprised by how both my family and friends reacted. I come out of a normal salaried family. We all work for companies, and I was a bit worried that they would have been a bit worried that no, he's now throwing away all his money. In reality, there's been huge support both from family and friends. The good thing is also I've had the attitude that the moment I created the company, all that money was lost. Obviously, we're still in the bank account, but the moment it was in the company's bank account, it was up here, it was lost, and therefore, well, done is done, and in the worst case, it's just money that's gone. For the first year and a half, it was financed basically through my own savings. I had enough money to pay for my own costs, for paying for a small office in London. We have a development team in Romania. They're developing all our software, managing the development process, developing tech support. And basically my savings paid for that. But at some point we were starting to run out of cash, and we started to look for some external financing as well. I basically came across G2I through the Business Link website. I was looking for some ways of managing my business, some insights on how to run a business in London. And G2I was mentioned on our website. I got some contacts and really just showed up to the first meeting to see what it was all about. The first meeting was a very introductory meeting at G2I. Basically, I think we were about 30 different people, startup companies there. Some very advanced, some really just more or less a PowerPoint presentation, and not much else. We came through an initial selection process, and I don't know how many we were, probably 10 companies, who then moved on and got a bit more help, and we started learning about how it is to go and look for external financing, how it is to present to investors and talk to investors. What is important to the investor is not always important to the entrepreneur. Initially, we were looking for investment, basically to continue the funding of the company, to fund the existing operation, i.e. the development team and myself, plus maybe a little bit of sales and marketing. We had the very good luck that we got a couple of sales very quickly, and the kind of money we could raise through the sale was actually more or less the same as we were looking for initially in terms of financing. And therefore we decided, well, rather than giving up 30% of the shares for that amount of money, we would rather sell to a couple of customers. I think the G2I process really helped me and my team to focus on the things that are important to the company. When you are a startup, there's a million things to look at, there's a million things to do. Some of them are very relevant for the growth of the company, some are maybe just distractions, but you don't know that at that point. And going through the G2I process really helped, sometimes also focusing on asking the question, do we really need to do this? Is this something that delivers value to the company? Is it something that delivers value to customers? Is it something that delivers value to investors? It's always easy to be smart in hindsight, but when you're in it and you're working 16 hours a day, it's not always easy to make the right decisions. I think the G2I process definitely helped in focusing on what were the important parts of the business and what were maybe less important parts. We went through the G2I process, initially looking for capital. We now have a different business. We're many more people than we used to be. We have a larger organization. We have several customers. And we are still looking for capital, not because we need money anymore. We're actually self-financed now. but we want to have more money to be able to grow further in the future. So we are actually right now looking for venture capital to a larger extent than we were before. We have offices in 3 different countries. We have our headquarters in the UK, in London. We have a technical development team in Bucharest, in Romania, and we have a small sales office as well in Denmark. Currently we're about 20 employees. We're looking at selling from a couple of £1 million worth of software this year, even if we don't get any capital. So overall we feel quite comfortable.